That's the best one by distance. They're good? Yeah. You're not getting any better than that. Just put that shit in a can.
G'day, welcome to the MacPack Podcast. My name's Jake McKenna, and to my left this week, in order of the member on this panel who was the most afraid to return back to Poddy Majic, it's my little brother Joe. How are you, boy?
Jake, please don't make me go back there. I can't handle being that Jack.
And to my right, coming in 6'1", as he does each and every week, is the baby brother of the pack, who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you?
It was fun to be featured on Poddy Majic, Jared Magic's Poddy Majic podcast.
You're not wrong. Jared invited us into his studio where he records Poddy Majic to do a little bit of a little interview series on us.
Oh, what did we talk about?
Which was a nice little role reversal. We chatted about some behind the scenes stuff that takes place on the MacPack podcast, some of the best guests we've had, and some of the fun experiences we had over the last 12 months.
Yes.
We also chatted about a handful of little fun games and whatnot before he put us on the Calorie Bike for a MacPack competition of our own. It's a massive ep, so let's get into it. Boys,
Brother Mingos.
How are we all? Are we all well?
Good.
Fantastic. Feeling a lot better now than when we left the big studio.
Yes, and it's not because of the podcast. It's about what takes place during the podcast.
Yes, we don't want to spoil anything.
No
in the
spoilers.
intro.
But it was a very heartbreaking and crazy time to be leaving that studio. By the time we
Gut-wrenching is the word that I would use.
left. Like, I never felt that kind of emotion
This
before.
is good. We're really clickbaiting the end of the episode.
Yes, you
So
gotta
you got to
stick
listen to
around.
the whole thing.
We joined Jared, as we mentioned off the top, we joined Jared in his gym, in his garage, in his podcast studio. It's a bit of a
Yes.
3-in-1.
Yeah, what can't that room do?
For an episode of Poddy Majic where Jared asked us a handful of questions. We just had some good chats about stuff that takes place with the MacPack podcast and what we've been doing over the last 12 months. Some of the best guests we've had, some of the best guests he's had, and then we played a little cola game
Yep.
as well, which was a bit of a laugh.
That's crazy.
Yes, we also
Pepsi and Coke.
reprised the Calories game. One of
That's
our
right.
classics.
Yeah, true. We dusted off the cobwebs of the
Yes.
Calories game
Last
and played a game of that with G.
Jake versus Jared,
Correct.
and Jared won. And
Is that
this time
right?
I versus
I
Jared,
believe so, yes.
and we don't know who won. But
Yeah,
because
you'll
we
have to
haven't
we
listened
got
to
a
it
second
yet.
chance to go at him, so we'll
We
find out
did.
whether or not we won or not.
It was very exciting. So, what you're about to hear is the episode we did with Poddy Match.
Very exciting.
Shut up, cunt.
It's meant to be hard.
exciting.
I didn't know what you're doing.
Leave that in.
You like pause
Leave
and then you
that.
like stare right at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I should probably say something.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Poddy Majic, but it's not just Poddy Majic today. It is also
The MacPack Podcast.
Yeah, we're back.
We're back. So good. So, boys, thanks so much for coming in and doing an episode with me. It's gonna be
Thanks for
great.
having us, man. This is sick.
It's good to be back in the garage.
It is good to be back.
It's good to be back in the garage behind the mics as well. Like, it's very different to being behind the mic versus being on the
Totally. Well,
on
we
the
might-
bikes or under the bench press. I'd say
we,
that.
might change, we might change that by the end of it, I reckon.
Oh, I've got an appointment. I'm going to
yeah. You got places to be. Yeah.
Well, sort of how, I guess, like, we know each other's obviously, if you've listened to the MacPack podcast before, I jumped on
Poor
an episode.
things.
Yeah. I jumped on an episode. It was about...
It was
been a while
It was
ago now,
October
yeah.
21.
Yeah, wow. It's
That's
been a
flown,
bit.
yeah.
That's flown by, hasn't it? And so I jumped on an episode. It was super fun. And straight out, after doing that episode, I was like, I want to do a podcast. That's actually how, this all kind of started for me. So so it was very good fun, that episode.
Yeah, it was dead set.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
It was long as well.
It
The old
was-
two-parter,
yeah. Lots of
There's
stories.
some genuine tales, which is good. It was good.
Had to do it in 2 parts, I think, as well, hey?
Yeah, we did. We cut it up. It was too much for any human to sit through the whole thing.
Yeah, totally.
Have to check himself into rehab if they listen to that whole thing.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna do like a couple of little games, a couple of
Yep.
other little segments and stuff like that the MacPack guys usually do on their regular show,
Yep.
and we'll talk about a few things. But I just wanted to just kind of catch up and see how you guys have been. We're obviously flying with the podcast now.
Yeah, no, it's been good.
How many views, listeners, subscribers are you ticking along? Because like when I came on last time, it was going okay, but
Yeah.
like you were just sort of what episode was that? It was about 30.
It would have been.
I think it was after a year, so it would have been within the 50, 60
Yeah, 50, 60,
range.
yeah.
Yeah, great. And then how many episodes are you at now?
122, 123.
Oh my gosh, pumping.
So yeah, basically that was the halfway point.
Halfway,
That's
yeah.
where we're at now. Yeah, and it's gone gangbusters since then, mate. We owe you all the success.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Maybe you're the reason.
Well,
you're the
you
reason we
said
just took off.
You said it. Guys.
Yeah, once we came here and got jacked, it really helped with getting the views and stuff.
Totally, it does. Yeah, exactly. It's hard that podcasting is more of an audio thing rather than a visual thing.
Yeah,
That
they
makes it a
can-
little bit difficult. But.
They can hear the muscles. Of the voice.
So, how many subscribers, how many viewers, how many regular listeners, all that sort of stuff have you got? What do you call the MacPack community?
Yeah, what are we?
We have Friday fans. That's our nickname.
Friday
But
fans
I
is
think-
people who listen on day of
Yeah.
release.
Yes, the real fans.
So this is just to fill everyone in, one of you about that segment. As this is like when you put like your little code word in the episode.
Oh, that's something different. That's
That's
a secret.
something different, right? Because
Yeah, for that.
The podcast password.
Yes, yes,
the
yes,
podcast
of course.
password.
Yeah, so if you have to be a proper listener to have listened to. We drop it sparingly. I think we've only dropped it twice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a statement for those who listen. Because obviously, when you do a podcast, people will have a fair awareness as to what you're doing. But for the true fans, the people who actually
Yeah,
go
'cause
back
everyone,
and listen
everyone
to
always
the
comes up and
episodes.
they're like, "Oh, I love what you're doing with the podcast." But do you really?
Because do you know the word?
Do you
Yeah.
actually listen
Exactly.
to it, or you're
Yeah.
just watching
Right.
the clips on TikTok?
So we have a podcast password. We won't say it on this. You got to go and find it. You got to find
right.
this
You gotta
buried
be real
treasure
fast.
in
Deep
our.
in an episode of
Yeah.
the MacPack podcast. Make sure you go check
But there's
them
nothing
out.
better. I've been in Fremantle and a few boys have walked past and they're, "Oh, I love your podcast." And I'm, "Oh, yeah, cheers, boys." And then one of them will say the podcast password. And there's this air of like, "Oh, fuck no, he gets it. He
Yeah.
actually-
Head nods.
Yes.
he's telling the truth.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, in anticipation of because what happened last episode is he stitched me up with it. 'Cause
Yes,
I was,
that's right.
And they, when I came in last time, they said, "Oh, Jared, did you get the passcode from that?" After I'm saying, "Yeah, boys, great episodes last few," and I didn't know the password. Got me good. I went back this one for like the last 4 or 5, and I'm just listening. I've been skipping through. Is there a password here? Looking for the segment, but there wasn't. So I was just making sure that I didn't miss it.
That's
Doing your
right.
research.
yeah.
So good. And like you've been popping up literally everywhere, like on social media, TikTok, Instagram, and you've been like a part of events as well. You're at Seasons, all three of you, like hosting
Yeah.
Seasons
Yeah, yeah.
essentially.
That's right. Yeah. Basically, it's like running around being idiots.
Well, like tell everyone kind of what that season event is, because obviously there's going to be viewers from not just Perth that maybe, I don't, is Seasons like an Australia-wide thing, or is it?
Currently, it's just a WA thing, but
Yeah.
I think the plan is to look to venture over east. So part of the partnership we've been working with a few different nightclubs down at. The nightclub event is called Matter, but they do it at Magnet
Shout
House.
Oh, what a place.
Yeah,
What a place.
it's becoming the new home as well. So we're there.
That's not a good thing. That was my home at one point, and that's not,
We're there
that's
pretty
not where you want.
frequently. And then we've been doing a fair bit of stuff for Seasons as well. And then we're fortunate enough. This year's New Year's Eve, New Year's Day was a bit of a collab
Yep.
event with Seasons and a new place called No One Like Us. And they got a bit bigger following over east.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think the plan is to take Seasons over east and do some stuff over there. And we'll just
How did that even come about? Starting it off with.
we just got approached to come and do some little vox pops out the front of
Magnet
Magnet House.
House.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
that's
just
like
talking to the
interviews,
that I've
yeah,
seen, all three of you doing.
Yeah. So we were doing a bit of that stuff, and then we just basically
That's right. Yeah, just
Talk
talking
to
to
the relationship.
talking to the drunk people. You know how it is. But I think my favorite thing that we've discovered over the seasons on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Because New Year's Eve was like the kind of like the hip hop.
Yep.
Yeah,
like,
I was
classic.
there.
Like,
We saw you guys there.
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, there's like the party bangers, like Dizzy Rascal was there, that kind of scene. But then the New Year's Day, which we didn't actually know, was a drum and bass event. Yeah. So we really got to see both sides of the spectrum. And none of us listen to drum and bass.
No.
Or not in the scene.
I thrive in that drum.
Yeah?
and bass. yeah.
Well, we walked in. It's around like the older demographic as well. Like no one really my age
like
was there.
my age, is that what you said? Oh,
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that
no one-
really
no one-
says something. If
no one
I'm
that
now
old.
If I'm now the older demographic, holy shit.
But yeah, like we walk around, like we walked through the doors and we're like, oh shit, like, this is a different scene to last night, what we were doing.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit like daunting. Us being there, I was like, whoa, like, who are these?
Way
like,
more bucket
some haircuts
hats
I've never
and,
seen
yeah.
before. Like,
Yeah.
And like some
Big dudes, yeah.
Yeah, you would have fit in really well.
Yeah. Well, we were actually, because when we went to that event and then we were staying in South Perth. We were house sitting in South Perth, and we went for a walk the next day. And all we can hear on the other side of the river, we can just hear the drum
Yeah,
and bass,
right,
and it was starting to sizzle up a bit.
I can
for us
still
again.
hear it if I shut my eyes.
That's the thing. We were like quite daunting. It was like took us a little while to get into like the swing of things with like approaching people, because it is like quite a daunting task to go with someone who's absolutely fucked.
Yeah,
And then especially when they're like
Big
they're not
dude,
looking
yeah.
like the kind of guy you usually go up to.
totally.
Yeah, our demographics, people your age, very approachable and have
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
us before. This group of people were 30 plus, very big. A lot of them were like testosterone-filled males. And I was like, yeah, you guys aren't approachable. And you got no idea who we are either.
No. So it's just like these 3 random little skinny white boys.
Like, hey, can we interview you, please?
For a school project.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
And I imagine like when you're walking around doing those interviews, there's some real good characters that come
Oh,
up.
for sure.
Obviously, you've just said some of them there, but have you got any actual specific stories or things that you asked anyone in
There
particular?
were
or?
these 2 gentlemen, I reckon they were my favourite of the day. They were the last ones we did. We weren't even going, we were just walking through. It was like walking through the guts of the event. And then we just heard yelling from afar. And these 2 like big boys, probably as big as you,
Must be big.
run over to us, like shirts buttoned down. It's like, just like, here we go. And then they're like, let's fucking do an interview. What'd they do to you, Joe?
Yeah, one of them grabbed me by the tit, which I
Yeah.
thought was before it even spoken to me. I just got groped from behind, which is, you know, the first way you want to get approached by someone
I-
you've
yeah.
never met before.
I had the mic, so I was like, all right, boys, you want to do an interview then? And I was like, yeah, for sure. And I was like, can I get in the middle of you 2? And then we'll shoot it. And they're like, yeah. And we were rolling through this whole time. And then they both whispered in me, yeah, we love you in the middle. And then they did touch my penis.
It was that sort of. Oh, right.
But then they were hell fucking funny, and they were like lovely guys, and it was actually really, because they were like wow, like fucking, and they were giving some like loose answers, like just kept talking about our mother and like having just a lot of intense
Yeah.
sexual references.
Sounds intense.
And
yeah.
then we posted some of the videos and stuff, and then we're like, oh shit, like that was loose. And then I was like loving editing their stuff because it was like, you know, the good stuff that shocks you when you're scrolling through TikTok. And then one of them messaged us like the next day after we posted one that did alright, and he was like the nicest message we've ever gotten. It was like really articulate, like well structured. He was like, "G'day boys, how you going? Like I was at the event the other night, and I've seen you've posted one of my videos. I'd love to get that because I'm having a party in a few weeks, and we want to share it for like my 30th or something."
Yeah, and then one of his mates also messaged us and was like, "Oh, I saw this video of the guy's name,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "I was hoping you could send it to us so we could, you know, like play out his birthday, for a surprise." And at first I was like, "Oh, I don't know if he would want that played in front of all his friends and family, but sure."
And then I reckon my favorite part of the whole thing was like days later, we'd send him the video and he'd seen it, and obviously all his mates got around him. He's like, "Oh, you boys must have seen us coming." And I was like, "Dude, you grabbed me by the tit from
grabbed
behind."
us. Yeah. You saw us coming. Yeah.
There's no recollection of anything that took place. So
And do you have any vision of him touching your penis?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
As in that was part of the clip.
I think it was an accident. He was kind of just like reaching down there to do a bit, and then
the
he
old
brushed.
accidental.
Yeah, the old accident.
Cock tap.
it's the same bloke that took his pants off at the end.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
He was feeling himself. We love that.
Yeah,
He was
his
feeling
pants were
himself. He
definitely
was feeling Riley.
Yeah, he was feeling everyone.
But yeah, well,
Happy New Year.
and then we're walking around like after like doing all the interviews and stuff, and we noticed there were a lot of people like sitting down and chilling to like the drum and bass music, which didn't happen the night before. And I actually really like the drum and bass community. They seem a lot more like
They were a lot tamer than I thought. they
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
Because they're all pretty fried. I imagine.
I think
That's kind
that's
of
it.
why. That's
yeah,
kind of
they're
gets
pretty
there.
sexual assaulted enough people.
It gets to that point in the evening where everything just starts to fizzle on out. I
Yeah.
think
That's
for
right.
them, but that's awesome. And then going sort of past the events and stuff with your actual episodes that you've been putting together. You've had some really good guests on as of late as well. Tell us some of the names you've been able to get on.
We've obviously none bigger than yourself.
Oh, of course not.
But outside of this little room, we've been very fucking stoked. We had obviously the boys who run Matter and run Seasons. They come on, and some of the stories that they were able to tell were elite. And that night was huge because like that episode went for an hour and a half, and I don't reckon we've ever received as much positive feedback as we did for that episode.
That's awesome.
And
Just because there's so many stories that were told that no one would have ever heard about.
Yeah.
But I reckon if we had flipped it and we were recording and we weren't recording, there were that many stories that were going on in between that were funnier. And obviously we
Really?
couldn't share because they're a little bit more.
Yeah, a bit more
Bit more
hectic.
And that would have made for the greatest
They're
thing
not
of
going to
all
be getting
time.
sponsors on Mac.
No.
It's really a sponsored deterrent, some of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're
Who
interesting
else?
because obviously everyone knows what they do, like especially in Perth, like everyone knows season stuff, but they
Yeah.
don't necessarily know the guys behind it.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, so it's cool to get their insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
And a lot of people have been to their events, or even with some of the videos that we were sharing where they'd spoken about events that had gone bad or could have been managed better. A lot of people were talking about the fact that they were at those events.
And then they go, oh, I remember seeing
Yeah,
that.
and you got no empathy for them because you don't know
Yeah.
who they are. But then you see them in obviously after the fact, everything's a lot funnier than it is. at the
Totally.
time.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
to relive those stories, those boys, yeah, they love
My
it.
favorite part about them is like because I was over east when we started doing the
Yeah.
stuff with them, and Jake called me and he was like telling me about like these guys and how they want to do some stuff with MacPack, and I was like my first picture in my head was just like just these like crazy party guys that just go out every weekend and get fucked, and it's like they're actually like the 3 nicest, most respectable young gentlemen I've ever met.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was as well surprised by like how like normal they were.
Yeah.
Because like you're like, oh, their like life is like running parties and stuff.
Yeah, you
Totally.
just expect
Yeah.
it to be like Wolf of Wall Street, kind of like it's a crazy life. Just yeah,
And it is.
That's
You did,
sweet.
I was going to say, you did kind of just say you got your dick touched by someone. I don't know how much more wild.
That's not to do with them.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. And then, like, when you're actually shooting episodes, has there been any, like, real... Because when you put an actual episode together, you're obviously trying to make it, and same with me, trying to make the show sound good, and it's, oh, yeah, it's all, flowing real well. Has there been either any guests that have come in that have been tricky, or has there been any stories behind any of the episodes, setups that have gone wrong, anything like that?
We usually go all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's they kind of like everyone we've had on has like enough stories or like stuff going on in their life that they kind of just like run with it themselves. It's like you kind of just put it into order and they just
Yeah,
go.
I think arguably the most challenging to set up, but the most rewarding we probably did was the one we did with Atticus Schaefer, who's if you ever seen The Middle,
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes,
he's
I did see your
he's
clips.
the youngest brother on The Middle, and we were just sitting on the couch one night. It was actually the night that Shane Warne passed away.
Oh really? Oh yeah.
And we were sitting there, and The Middle was on TV, and Riley's like, "Man, we could get him." And I was like, "That's never gonna happen, dude." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll just fucking flick him a message." I was like, "Yeah, but he's not gonna see that." And then Riley sent him a message the day after, and like 3 or 4 days later, I just woke up and saw the inbox, and we'd had a message from him, and I was like,
God.
he also
"Fuck me!"
And
he
it-
replied, and
and
was
in
so keen. There was never any
Do you know
talk
how
about
many,
anything.
Do you know how many messages I send out for people to come on?
Yeah,
You have to be
right.
good at getting rejected in the podcast game to get people on. Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's right. But
no,
yeah,
he was huge.
Every single message he sent us back, even like teaching him how to like do a Zoom call and record on GarageBand. He was like, fucking yes, dude, like, let's go. It's gonna be so much fun.
enthusiastic.
Oh my God,
And
wow.
literally that's like morning off, like, yeah, I'm so excited for this. Like,
It was like we were doing
Best
him
guy.
a service
Yeah, and he
versus
would-
him like looking after us.
He would take like maybe a couple days to reply, and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about the delay." And it's like, "No, you're doing that some massive."
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
it's fine.
yeah, he
Oh,
was
you
the
can take
best
as long
guy.
as you want, bro. Why are you even
sick.
talking to us, man? Surely you got shit to be doing.
That's sick. Well, I think probably one of the funniest ones that I've got to film was with Ryan Crowley. I don't know
Yep.
if you've listened
Yep.
to that
Yeah.
or seen some of those clips, but that was pretty funny. So I've met Ryan Crowley maybe like once or twice before that, out in vans and partying a little bit, all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. But like it's the only chat we'd ever had was, oh, you having a big one, mate. I love that sort of stuff. So I saw him coming out the footy one day, and he was, he had a few drinks and we had a quick little chat. And I said, oh yeah, cool. I'll give you, I'll hit you up later. Because he was going, I was like, oh, come out. I was like, I'll hit you up later. And then I hit him up later saying, hey mate, I've got this podcast.
Yeah.
Can't meet you out tonight. Do you want to jump on? And he was like, oh yeah, cool, sounds good. So again, I don't really know him, so it's like, and the introduction's been very, very short. So then he said, oh yeah, come round to my place. I went, yeah, yep, all right, no worries. And he lives in South Perth, in like an apartment in South Perth. And this apartment, so I
Because you
rock
went
up.
there, hey. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, come on round. So I like brought all the stuff, and get to the apartment building, and I roll in just as he's pulling in, and he's pretty like, oh, Jared, how are you? Like, really like, I was like, oh man, how you doing? And like, what's going on? And like, he'd just come from, it was like 4:00 on a Tuesday. I filmed this,
Yeah.
and he definitely had a couple of wines or whatever after work with some clients, and he's sort of like he does sales and stuff like that. So anyway, so he's had a couple of wines, I think, and I'm like, oh mate, how are you? Let's go on up, and his apartment is gangster, right? It's like 360-degree views of the whole city,
That's
the whole
sick.
river. He's on the top one, the top floor, the penthouse one, and it has got a spa on the roof. As in, on the roof, like that's your spa on the roof, full 360, unreal. So he's like, I was like, this is cool. Anyway, and I've got this. I told it on that podcast, but I've got this vivid memory of me when I was literally in year 4. I got given this footy from school, and I went to footy to the Dockers training, and he was the guy that signed it for me. So just funny. So I was like, what the fuck? I'm sitting in his house. Like, how cool is this? Right? I was thinking, wow, this is pretty cool. And then he goes, oh, Jared, do you want a beer? And I was like, Well, if Ryan Crowder's offering me, yeah, sure, I'll have one, sure, mate, I'll have one. So I grab one. We sit on the couch, we set all the stuff up. By the time I've like set everything up and we're about to start the episode, he's already polished that one off. I was like, do I do another one? I was like, oh no, I haven't got this one. I haven't
even opened it.
Oh no, he's grabbing another one. Crowds sits down. We do this episode. By the end of the episode, it's probably had another 3. So
That's sick.
and it was such a good episode. It was so much fun. It was actually awesome. And again, sitting there looking around and going, I'm in Ryan Crowley's apartment. How cool is this?
Gotta pinch yourself, hey?
Yeah. It was pretty cool. Anyway, so good to hear that it's all going so well, guys. And we're going to get into a couple little games and segments and bits and pieces after this. Let's go.
I like it. All right, boys, we're joined with Poddy Majic, doing the Poddy Match. And we thought that as guests, when you're a guest at any event, you go out for a nice dinner and someone invites you over, you have to bring a plate.
That's right. Yeah, what to bring when you're told not to bring a thing.
But when you're a podcast, you bring a segment. And there's a segment that we played with Poddy Majic.
Mm-hmm.
As we mentioned, many moons.
Reheating
Reheating
the plate that you brought last time. Excellent. Yes.
It's one of
If it
our
ain't broke.
It's one of our favorite songs. It's one of our favorite games.
Yeah, and it's rare that we get to do, especially a guest song.
Yeah, so we
usually
do
only do them once.
We do a guest song every time we have a guest on the pod.
Yeah.
We've never been able to do a guest song twice. We've never sat with a guest twice.
There we go.
And last time we played this game, Jared won against Jake. But now I get to take him on.
Oh, here we go,
I
baby.
think Riley would be better because I was a bit more, fitness inclined.
Totally. Yeah, Jake. What are you saying?
This is a lot of Riley.
No,
Yeah.
then Jake, not then you.
It's a game that we like to play, Calories. Now today we have both Riley up against Jared.
Let's go.
MacPack versus Poddy Majic.
Well, sometimes I go out to treat myself.
Great
I'm feeling
song.
like a H-shaped Whopper.
It's so long since I've heard it.
But I think of all the cows that I'm accruing, so I try to be a bit stricter.
Production on it must have taken so long for you.
And cause I'm always close to home, and my body's quite a mess. Turns out they are hiding cows, they're all tucked up in the bread. But I was out of no, stop making a fool out of me. Poddy Majic, come against these calories. These calories. These calories. These calories. Poddy Majic, come against these calories.
I'm glad we did that. That was quite nice.
Again, it's as good as the first time. So good, boys. I'm going to get Beck to do a cover of that or something. I reckon. Doing that, it's going to go to number 1. Trust. Yeah.
So basically the game is me and Joe this time have worked out exactly what foods we've got. We're going to compare 2 different foods and you boys just have to decide which one has more calories than the other.
Yeah, right.
Easy enough to understand?
Sounds good.
Play along at home. Joey, kick it off.
All right, the first one, we've got some drinks. That's right. Switching it up a bit here. We've got a flat white or a small Coke.
What has more calories?
What has more
boys?
calories? Flat white or a small Coke? So I assume the flat white is just full cream milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, gee, I reckon
I'm going to go coffee.
a small Coke. How big's the coffee though?
Like regular, like a mug.
Like a mug. I reckon it's probably going to be the coffee too if it's a regular size.
What'd
Because
it be?
small Coke is small.
It is the small Coke.
Oh,
So that's 0.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. We both sucked
What's
there.
the weighing? How
Flat
numbers?
white is 120, small Coke is 150. And that's sort of because the coffee is basically 0. So it's just milk. You know?
Yeah,
And you don't
yeah,
put
yeah.
that much milk in a flat white. you know?
Totally. All right. Well, anyway, we've got that one out of the way. Stretches out of the way. Here we go. Next one.
Just a big heavy
zero.
wrong on the first one.
Yeah.
Boys,
Yep.
another drink. This is more my
So what's with all the liquid calories?
My
This whole
style.
episode is pretty much about liquid.
An Emu export can
Oh, yeah.
versus a Victorian bitter, a VB can.
Oh, gee. These are tough ones, boys. These are not as easy as last time, I feel.
Yeah, we're not here to fuck around.
This is...
We're not letting you win this time.
Far out. Emu export.
Or a VB.
Or
So is a
VB.
WA can
Look,
looking after you more than the Victorian?
with this one, I really don't know. So I'm just going to back the horse that always backs me on a Saturday night, VB.
Well, I'm gonna go. I'm also gonna say the VB as well. I think it is because like the Emu Export just
heavy.
tastes like water and
Yeah.
like really watered down beer.
Hot take.
The VB has more calories at 142.
Yes.
While the Emu
Nice.
Export
Ticket to
can, the Emu Export can is actually 125 calories.
There you go.
Wow, there you go.
So maybe that's the healthier choice. Get on the
Yeah.
emus.
I told it's because they water it down. They literally put water in that. It's water and beer. It's like 50-50 mix. Anyway, yep. Next, so it was 1-1.
It's the only way that WAs get hydration is through the VBs. The water in the VBs.
All right, on to the next one. So this one is a bit more, it's a classic fitness food. So we've got tuna
Yep.
or chicken breast, both 100 grams.
What's got more calories?
Yep.
Am I going first this time?
Yeah, you can go.
Tuna,
first.
100%.
Tuna more than chicken breast.
Go on.
Tuna more
I'm
than
going
chicken.
chicken.
I mean, he's saying 100%, so I'm going to back him as well.
And no, it was the chicken breast.
Chicken breast?
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
Chicken's got more cows.
What? Wow.
There you go.
Phenomenal. Wow, there you go.
Bitch. Is that
I
because
just-
tuna's
It's just
like
a chicken breast, so it's
Like, because I guess
Chicken breast has got more cows.
yeah.
Than
Wow.
tuna.
Is that because,
That
like,
just
I guess
seems off. Wow.
I think
maybe
it's
it is.
because you wouldn't 100 gram of tuna is like a fair bit,
I don't
Well,
think
100
anyone's.
well, no, it's not so much about that. It's more so that like in fish, because it's made up of like it's got fats in it. compared
Yeah,
to what the
okay.
chicken does, because the chicken breast has not a lot of. That's probably like
So
the
lean.
actual leanest
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of the
yeah.
chicken that you can have. Wow, that's surprising to me. There you go. Wow, sucker G in there.
What's the score, Joe? Have you got the score?
one each.
It's one each.
We
yeah.
both got the VB.
Alright,
They've all
grim.
had
We've
these. They're
sucked
the
at
exact
this so
same.
far.
Okay, Riley, you can go first on this one. This is also talking about chicken, but it's more the stuff that comes with the sexy chicken. It's chips. KFC chips.
Oh.
A large KFC chips versus a large Red Rooster chips. What has more calories?
Depends on who's pouring the bucket.
It does. It depends if your friend's working behind the kiosk in the drive-thru, doesn't it?
I'm just gonna have to go KFC.
Ugh.
No reason, no
When
right.
was the
Well-
last time you had hot chips from KFC? or
Straight
chicken?
up,
He
boys.
still hasn't.
I have never ever still had KFC. I've never had it.
Oh really?
We should have
Never had
bought
it.
you some
You're
today.
amazing.
On our
I've never
way
had
over.
it.
What about
Like,
Red Rooster?
I've had Red Rooster. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've had
okay.
like. It's not that I'm like, oh, I don't want to eat KFC. It's just if I'm hung, which is I assume when most people are eating it, not
Yeah.
just maybe you do eat it regularly. I don't know, but that's not my go-to.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Hung meal. All right. Well, I'm gonna go Red Rooster. I'm going Red Rooster.
Here we go.
KFC, 568. Red Rooster, 490.
Oh,
I'm winning.
So Riley takes that one. A 2-1
Wow.
lead
What
to
up?
Riley.
all
How many
right, let's go.
questions left?
And not to
One. This is
one
it.
and then a tie break.
Unless,
Okay.
if Jared gets this, we'll go to a tie
Okay.
break. But this
All
is
right,
it.
all right.
And
So Jared to stay in the game.
This is a lot of pressure, boys.
Yeah,
all
this
right?
is huge.
and you're coming
I'm
in.
not going to sell any meal plans. Or anything after this, anyway, all right.
and
let's go.
you're coming in with a bit of a disadvantage on this one because we've got. Do you know
Oh,
what popcorn chicken is?
I know what
A
popcorn
KFC
chicken is.
staple.
I've heard
Okay,
of the
okay,
concept.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so this one we've got 100 grams of popcorn chicken
Yep.
versus 100 grams of regular popcorn.
The popcorn you get at Hoyt's versus the popcorn chicken you get at KFC.
Popcorn chicken. It's got higher.
Yeah, 100 grams. So you got to think about the volume as well.
I'm gonna
you
have
know?
to go. I think I'm gonna go popcorn because you wouldn't throw the Hoyt's popcorn in unless it was a curveball.
Gee, yeah, he's
So
he's
it
thinking
is-
about the mind games of this game now.
So it is popcorn. Popcorn has higher.
And takes the cake.
Fuck are they putting? You work at Hoyts?
but the-
Didn't you all work at Hoyts?
But the reason is popcorn is so light. So to have 100
Yeah.
grams,
100 grams
is
of
actually
popcorn.
like a shitload.
yeah, very true. What the fuck do they put in the popcorn though?
It's just butter.
salt,
and-
salt.
How much butter? Is it like-
There's a-
Depends on who's working. Depends on who's working. Yeah. Wow.
There you
we
go.
Well,
Victory to the MacPack.
very, very well done. Very
took
well
it
done.
back.
Very
It was
well
a
done.
little bit more, I reckon, biased to you. There are a lot more foods that you eat than I think Jared
Yeah,
does.
it's rare that you need to explain the food to the guy playing the game. Yeah.
My favorite beer. My favorite fast food.
There you go.
Very well played. Well done.
boys.
A win for the pack. A rare win for the pack.
Very well done.
Yeah.
Tick for the pack. All right, boys. So this is another segment that you've brought on over for me, but I'm going to host this one, all right? So there was some news in the week.
It was.
That Perth Arena has switched its contract for like the soft drinks and beverages at the arena from it did have Coke and all the Coke range, but now it's got Pepsi range.
Correct. I think Optus as well.
And Optus too.
I think.
That's
Unbelievable.
Which is huge.
because I've seen some big switches. Because there's also cinemas have gone to
Hoyts went
Pepsi.
from
I know
Coke
that
to Pepsi.
I think that the Hoyts have done that for a while though, hey?
Yeah,
only been
2
like
years.
6. No, it hasn't been that long. It's been
It was
about
when we had Craig's on.
Right.
Wow.
Episode 26.
Wow.
Okay,
to be
yep,
exact.
2 years.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. So, I guess what are your thoughts on
I'm a
it?
Coke man. I'm a Coke
You're a
man.
Coke man?
I think I'm a Pepsi man. I love Mountain Dew.
What I think is
But that's not the same. You can like Mountain Dew.
No, but the brand.
by getting
No,
the range.
but that's fine.
But no, I'd prefer the range of Pepsi.
I
I'm walking
think.
into a
Yeah, I think I agree with Riley.
Do you think they're going to have Mountain Dew at Perth? I doubt
Oh,
that
sure.
they're
It's
gonna- You
the
reckon
best
they will have
Pepsi
that?
drink.
It is, yeah. It's
I reckon the Pepsi range, right? Sunkist is better than Fanta.
Yep.
Solo is better than Lift.
Yep.
And Mountain Dew, well, Coke doesn't really have like a Mountain Dew.
I've come around.
I just-
I
But
like
the actual Pepsi versus Coke.
Nah,
I feel like
Pepsi
Coke is better.
And Pepsi Max in particular. Oh, boys, Pepsi Max. That is that hits different. Pepsi Max. But no, I reckon Fanta is definitely better than Sunkist.
Oh, really?
Way better. Yep. Solo's better than Lift.
Yeah,
Solo's better.
They don't do Lift anymore, do they?
Yeah, they do Lift. Yeah, they've got like all different ones.
Yeah.
They
They
got-
Okay, what about Sprite
7
v
Up.
7 Up?
Oh,
No, they're doing like a Sprite Lemon now.
Sprite's good.
They're doing a Sprite Lemon. which is-
Sprite Lemon. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
But
yeah.
is
didn't
that
they
just
no,
not
I think they
Lift
got-
with a different
I
name?
think they got rid of Lift. I think that's the whole thing.
They just call it Sprite Lemon?
That's correct. That's
It's
confirmed.
interesting
Yeah,
because
Producer says yes.
Yeah, we got the thumbs up. We've got that's coming in. We've looked that one up. Yeah, right. So I thought what we do is, do you reckon, seeing that we've all got quite hard opinions on this,
Here we go.
obviously, we might play a little game. And below my feet here, we have got a range, an absolute range of, we've got Coke, we've got Coke Zero, we've got Pepsi Max, and we've got regular Pepsi as well.
Wee.
And I'm thinking we might like blindfold one of us at a time, and we'll start off with the full strength variety.
Yep.
So we'll go regular Pepsi and regular Coke, full sugar, full everything, all right? And you have to pick
Okay.
which one is what.
Do you think you'd be
if
able to tell the
can.
difference?
Yeah.
I
reckon?
think I'll be able to tell easy as
I
piss.
actually don't know if I'm going to be able to tell the
I don't
difference
know.
between the full sugar. I will with the max, and I'm confident. Well, I said I was confident with the calorie thing before, but I'm confident that with the Pepsi Max and the Coke that I can.
Did you see that doco on Netflix recently?
So good, yeah.
But my
What
favorite
is
thing
it?
about Pepsi, Where's My Jet? Have you seen that?
nah.
So the kid,
How that I knew
They ran-
exactly what you were talking about. Yeah.
they ran this competition
I
like
thought he was
years.
talking about the Dharma doco.
They ran this competition like years and years ago, and you basically got coupons similar to Monopoly,
Yep.
and they advertised that you could win a jet, right?
If you had, 7 million
Yeah.
Pepsi points or whatever it was.
And they tried to make it seem like that was never possible to get, but it was. You could buy them, and you could exchange currency, actual cash, to get points. So this bloke worked out how much it was going to cost him to pay to get that many points to then buy a jet to see if it was worthwhile. And it was
Definitely
exorbitantly
worthwhile.
way cheaper to just buy the Pepsi points with cash
Yeah,
and
buy
then
the
get a
jet.
jet, right?
Yeah.
But then Pepsi's like, no, that was never actually, we were never offering that as a
that
prize.
was the court thing.
Yeah, and
They
it went off
"Oh,
because they
no,
had
but
no
you said
disclaimer.
this."
So it was just like full on. But my favorite thing about the whole thing is because obviously they're talking to Pepsi execs and they ran the Pepsi Coke challenge.
Yes.
And the amount of them that
got it
preferred
wrong.
Coke
Yeah.
over Pepsi.
Yeah, they
and
got
was
it
like,
wrong.
so the fucking head of Pepsi, and he's just like, no, that one's way
Yeah,
better. And he's
the-
like, that's
Yeah,
Coke,
that's
bro.
Coke.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
so good.
Pepsi's good in its own range, but Pepsi tastes like the Woolies brand cola to me.
Oh, you're
Oh,
so...
LA Ice?
Yeah.
LA Ice.
LA Ice is the peak of soft drink. That's why it's not in the competition, because everyone would be blown away by how
What
good
about
LA Ice
the Kirk varieties of
Oh,
do they still do them? Pasito
Kirks.
and
Oh,
shit?
yeah.
That's
Pa-
just good.
Passiona?
That's
Not
just good.
Pasito. That's fucking...
That's the thing as well. There's Passiona and
Passito's a
there's
Justin Bieber
Pasito.
song, isn't it?
No, no,
That's
no,
not-
it
I
is.
got that wrong.
No, it is called.
Passiona.
No, it is called Pasito as well.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
two.
I got that wrong.
Because I saw we were at a food truck.
Juice says
Yeah. But Pasito is like, it's good because like, it's such a good flavor and like no one does
So
it.
good.
So when
Tropical
you see,
punch, fucking pineapple.
Yeah, I don't know how
me,
they do it.
me and my mates are at like a restaurant, well not a restaurant, but like a kebab place once, and they had Pasito. It's like everyone's like, oh, Of course I'm getting percent. When else
Say
can you
less.
usually get
Let's take
it?
it back into year 6 birthday party.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into this. So, Jake, I reckon you can go first. So, hang on. I'm going to put my microphone down for a second.
And I'll tie this.
Well, yeah. Riley, can you tie this for
course.
Jakey, please? So, we're
Here
we
we go.
don't have hands-free microphones. So, hang on. He's getting tied up right now.
Should I commentate that?
So he's getting tied up,
Radio craft.
and we see Jared pouring the drinks. We won't say which one at the
A good
moment.
pour. A great pour.
This is actually super effective, this little blind.
We've also got
Close your eyes.
can versus plastic bottle,
get this
which I wonder.
Oh,
yes.
true. That's its own. That's its own thing.
Yeah.
What about post mix Coke? That shit is
That's the
that's
best.
way better than a canned Coke.
Yeah, that's like when I go
Alrighty.
to the movies.
I'm nervous about where the glass is.
Alrighty, here we go. I'm passing the glass on over. All right, this is your first
thank you, sir.
liquid.
I wonder
All
what
right,
beverage
please
this is.
have a smell. Do the
Yeah, what
five-
notes are you
well,
getting?
I can't remember what the 5
5
said.
Coke. I haven't even tasted it yet. I reckon it's Coke.
He's sipping. He's smelling. He's swirling. In the palate, what does he think?
Oh, he's
Wants to
going
go
again.
He's not quite
gone
sure.
for his
Wants to
second sip.
confirm.
Twice.
All right.
No, I'm gonna say that's Coke.
Would you like
Do you
to
wanna
taste
try
the
the-
other one
Yeah, I would
first?
love
Let me
to- I would love to try the other one, but
let
I'm
you try
gonna-
the other one first. All right, here we go. Now this is the next.
The next brown
In the
liquid.
hand, there we go.
It's Jared's poo.
No, that's Pepsi. I can tell on smell.
All right, big dog.
I hope you got it wrong because you were so
Jared's
confident.
got a dog's nose.
Second sip, just to be sure.
I've spent a lot of time in Jared's gym, and I must say, I never thought. I've sweated a lot. I've done a lot of bench press. I've vomited heaps. I never thought I'd be sitting on a couch drinking Pepsi and Coke.
Blindfolded.
This is my happy place.
This is the
Jared's
new
naked.
experimental regime.
Just can't see.
First one's definitely Coke. Second one, definitely Pepsi. Can lock that in.
That is tick. That is correct.
Bang, baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
True
he knew
fan.
he knew by the smell.
He knew.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've
What
got a
gave it
sugar
away
addiction.
with the
I
smell?
think that's my
And which
key.
do you prefer, obviously?
Ooh.
I think Coke. I think I'm still gonna lock in Coke. Coke's really
Coke's
good.
good.
It is.
I think Pepsi almost tastes a bit flat versus Coke. I've mentioned this
So
many
I'm
times.
not sure about the full strength Pepsi. That's not my game. But
Oh.
the Pepsi Max and the Coke Zero. That's Pepsi Max is definitely superior.
Okay.
I think. All right,
you
let's
go.
go.
Who's got next?
We'll go Riley. Yep.
Junior boy, chuck that one on.
Here we go.
It is interesting because like obviously you drink they're like the most famous soft drinks ever, but you very rarely have them at the same event.
Why would you have them at the same time?
Yeah, you're not
too?
allowed. Yeah, because often the venue that you're at, as we mentioned
Yeah,
before,
but even
has a
like-
contract.
Even if you go to like
For
a
one or the
party
other.
with like mixers,
All right.
no one's got Pepsi
Ready.
and Coke.
Does
Ready?
Pepsi ever get used as a mixer? I've never seen it.
Yeah, vodka Pepsi.
All right. We're handing.
Yeah, we talked about that. Like
Glass
you can't,
over?
you can't have a Jackson Pepsi.
Apparently, you can.
I mean,
Like, legally you can.
Oh yeah. Well, I know that, but like,
You can have whatever you want.
He's got the first sip. What does he think?
Interesting.
Interesting.
Next
All
one.
right,
Oh,
there we go.
he's
And
not
we'll do
even
that.
saying.
Yeah, yeah,
Have we
he's
got
gonna-
a hint?
Uh,
Or are you
No,
weak?
no.
Your
He's just
palate's
gonna.
not as.
He's just gonna get the second one in the palate first.
You gotta wait for me. Oh shit. Yeah. You can tell by the smell.
You can do it.
Really?
Really? Smell.
Wow.
Yeah, they are really different. Even though they're the same.
Yeah, they are.
So, do you prefer first or second?
I've got to prefer the second.
The second.
Because Coca-Cola.
Oh wow!
wow.
Tick.
That's
This is wow. I
I'm
didn't think
surprised
this
the
would-
execs. You know what I'm thinking? The execs probably don't drink it because they know
How
like,
fucked
what's
it
in
is.
it.
All right. Let's get it over here.
All right, body badge. Here we
do you
go.
wanna-
When
you-
was
you
the last
pour?
time you had a Pepsi or Coke?
Again, the full strength stuff doesn't happen very often, but the Pepsi Max flat out all the time. I have them like probably every day, every second day. Pepsi Max.
Jesus.
Yeah, because they got basically no cows.
So, yeah, no calories. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going out.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Here we go, Jake is pouring the liquids. Keep your eyes closed, Joey.
Eyes closed.
No
And am I
eyes.
getting like a
Good pour,
a
Jake.
wild card, or am I getting told which
You-
two
No,
they
No,
could
you're,
be?
You're just gonna do which one you like still.
Froth it up, Jakey. Give him
Got
a
that.
head.
I'll hold the microphone here.
Ooh.
All right, this is Liquid A. I don't know which one this is.
You can tell.
He's sipping.
Go, Joey. Come on.
First is in. What does he think?
Look at those lips smacking together.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
What do you think?
Am I getting another one?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that one,
Yeah,
Jack?
get the. What's your initial thoughts for the first?
I thought Coke.
Did you smell it?
Yeah, I thought Coke when I smelt it.
Second liquid.
Get it down, yeah.
What will it be?
Yeah, Joey. Smack those lips.
Oh, that tastes very similar.
Oh,
almost like
palates
the-
are confused.
It's almost like they're both a cola drink.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna
Can you hold the
say.
microphone? My arms
So
dying.
wait, I don't.
You understand the game?
What are they out of, or am I not getting
So
told?
it's Coke- it's
so
Coke
it's
or
either
it's
Coke or
Pepsi.
Pepsi. Which one?
The same as everyone
Oh,
else.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The first one was the,
First one, Coke or Pepsi?
the first one was Coke, and the second one was Pepsi.
That is correct.
Oh, wow. 100%
3
strike
of
right, boys.
3.
All right, all
Because
right.
I wasn't sure if maybe you were doing like a Coke versus the no
right,
sugar
right.
or something like
We're
that.
going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
Let me
We're
pour
going deep.
Jared's.
I want to know. This might be a fun one to do afterwards. So Coke often talk about how
I want to pour Jared's.
their Coke and their Coke Zero taste exactly the same. That's their biggest
Yeah.
selling point.
Yeah.
I'm calling fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
early.
well, boys, we're going to dive into it. We're going to
I
literally work
like
this
it.
out.
This is huge.
Pour that out.
So we've got like, there's a, not that I can see, but I can hear the bucket being the...
Yeah, the bucket's being utilised.
Yeah, we're
You
gonna
should get a
stick that one
bucket in here all the time for the people that vomit.
We
Jared.
actually should.
I would use that bucket.
Did you
each.
see on my story not that long ago, let me know when we're good to go there, boys, that there was a tomato plant that was growing on
Yeah.
the side of the house here from someone's vomit? How crazy is that?
Did it taste alright? Because you ate the tomatoes.
We ate it on one of the end of challenge piss up things. That was like the initiation thing when you first walked in. You had to have a shot and then also eat some of the
a vommy tomato.
Yeah. All right.
First drink.
I reckon that's Pepsi.
I don't know what that is. I missed that. Did you sniff it? Did it pass
Joe,
the
can
sniff
you grab
test?
the glass off him?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think it smells like Pepsi to me. But anyway, give me a second.
Here we go. Here's
But
the
again,
second.
the full sugar variety. This is not something that I'm.
No, that's just Riley's urine. No.
I reckon this is Coke. This second one.
Okay.
Interesting.
Have we got
Would you like
Yeah,
the
I'll take
verdict?
the results?
So the first one was Coca-Cola.
Really?
The second one-
I've been rubbish at all these today.
Did you
boys.
say no? What
The
did you say?
second
Pepsi?
one-
Is it Pepsi for the
I
first
thought it
one?
was Pepsi.
The second one was a mixture.
That's why. You cheeky bastard.
There you go. That just goes to show that the Coke can be more potent
Wow.
in an equal 50-50 mix.
There you go. That's fucking wild.
You
All
get
right.
the first one wrong. What'd you say?
I said. Well, I thought it was Pepsi that first one.
And was it Coke?
It was, well, yeah, I mean, they both were Coke.
But to be fair,
Second one
I
had a
then
bit of
didn't
Pepsi.
get to change my answer because I didn't get the full flavour of the other one to compare to.
Ah,
There you go.
true.
You're a dog. Yeah. All right. Well, let's try. All right. Well, let's go back. Let's do. All right. Well, so you preferred the Coke, and you got the Coke right. So do you want to see if you
Yep.
can tell the difference between
Coke and Coke Zero.
Coke Zero and regular Coke?
Yep, let's do that.
All right. Let's go. Let's go.
Sounds like a
Tie him
good
up. I mean, blindfold him up.
Hands behind your back.
Yeah, I reckon
yeah.
this would be interesting because, like, I know
always their thing that they're saying.
because like Diet Coke has its own.
Yeah, Diet Coke
Flavour.
taste. Yeah,
I know some people who like,
love Diet Coke.
yeah, they like live by it.
Like the silver one.
Yeah, the silver one.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you remember that teacher in our primary school, Joe, who like every
Every
day
day,
would
yeah.
drink like 3 cans of Diet Coke?
There's your first one.
Is this Miss Q?
Oh, this is
Yeah.
Coke.
Yeah.
This is oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, here we
well,
go.
just have a
Let us-
sip.
let us
Stop sniffing
I
it. Stop
reckon
when your
my
nose.
I reckon my sense of smell is better than my sense of taste.
Weird flex.
So that is A. Thank you. Get the next
That's
one.
Coke Zero.
All right, we're gonna get this one here in.
Because what do they put in it? Like it's not fructose. What's the other thing?
Aspartame.
Spartan, yeah.
Oh, this is Sparta.
And this
Is
is
that
second.
fucking Pepsi? What is this? This is
It really loves sniffing at A. Is that something that you regularly do, or
He's gonna try.
knows what to do? What do you think?
that tastes terrible.
So, is the first one
is that?
Coke Zero? Oh, sorry. Fuck. I've got this wrong, haven't I, boys?
I reckon that's Pepsi.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
done
yeah.
the Pepsi. I've done it wrong, boys. I've done it wrong. He's still called it. He's still called it. He's still called it. Hang on. We're gonna save the game. Hang on.
So the first one was Coke Zero and the second one was Pepsi? Was it Pepsi Max,
Hang
the
on,
second one?
I'm telling you, the first one was Coke. I won't tell you which type of Coke it was. It
Okay.
was-
That's because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
actually
yeah,
what
yeah,
we're meant
sorry,
to be
so
doing.
that's what we're doing.
That was impressive though.
That was impressive.
He's saved the game.
This is normal Coke. Oh, hang on.
What?
Oh.
There you go.
What's do you reckon?
The verdict's in.
That tastes watered down.
So
Can I have the first one again?
Oh fuck me! What's the first one? That one? Yeah. All right, here we go. Yep, the first one's here. Yep. So is the one that you're currently drinking Coke Zero or regular Coke?
Fuck, they actually are very similar. Props to
Ooh.
Coca-Cola. I think because I heard you open a can,
Ooh.
Oh, he's trying to do the maths as to what was.
I'm going to say the first one. Initially, I thought the first one was Coke Zero.
Yep.
I'm going to lock that in. I'm going to say the first one was Coke Zero. The second one was Coke.
Correct.
He's done it.
Correct. Well done. Fantastic. All right. Well, I want to have a crack with if I can do it with the Pepsi one.
Pepsi
Then I
v
reckon-
Pepsi, man.
Yeah. And then I reckon we've covered all bases, boys. I
Sounds
reckon.
good.
Yep. Yeah. Let's go. Get me blindfolded, boys.
Oh, my goodness.
Very well done.
Yeah, I think there's got to be something in that.
Hopefully, that's why we're doing it.
Connoisseurs.
My ability to
To smell.
pick colas
I'm
and smell
actually going to
sugar.
be given the
Yeah,
correct
this time
things
you
in
will be.
testing. Right.
This is Joe. Joe doesn't fuck with science.
Yeah. He does. Yeah. Buy the book, Joe. Good. All right. Here we go.
So this time we've got Pepsi Max versus just your straight up Pepsi. Not necessarily in that order.
I have been useless at all this guessing stuff today, boys, but yep, thank you very much.
Cheers. So that's the first one there. It's out of Pepsi or Pepsi Max. Pepsi Max is just your sugar-free variety, isn't
That's
it?
right. Yeah, it's basically the Coke.
I find that interesting in a marketing
All right,
sense.
interesting. Yep, got it. Swirled it around.
Yeah,
a few times.
Pepsi have gone Max, no sugar.
Maximum no sugar.
Maximum taste, zero sugar.
But that's just fucking lies.
Oh, because when you think of Coke Zero, zero has a negative connotation.
Wow, I think it's tight, but I think this one that I've got in my hand now is the Max, and the other one, the first one I had was the full sugar.
And he's done it.
That's correct. There you go.
Yes,
This man knows his Pepsi.
Yeah. I was confident, like I said. I
double.
thought I'd with the Pepsi Max. I thought I knew.
What gives it away for you?
I don't know. It was just like when it's the proper sugar.
Yeah.
Like you feel
It's
like
strong,
you feel,
yeah.
if you take the eye sense away and you're really inside yourself and you're feeling all your senses big
Yeah.
time, you can tell. You just feel
Yeah,
that.
I dead set agree.
There you go. Cool. Love that. Great job, boys.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
So they do.
It's busted.
They do all taste different.
Yeah. Good wrap up. Yeah. So this is the last little segment that we've got for the show today, boys. So you alluded to it before that both Joe and Jake have been in the Poddy Majic factory gym, whatever you want to call it, and have been on the Calorie Bike, right?
Yes.
I have actually got a new Calorie Bike. This
Just
is a
for
new
today.
one. Just for today. Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah, so what I thought we'd do just to finish on off with is, we'll put the three MacPack guys up against each
Here we
other and we'll
go.
see
Oh, yes.
who can get the quickest 20 calories.
We've got to burn off our sips of Coke.
yeah, we do.
I wish we
do,
could go
do.
back 10 minutes and just do neither of these
Absolutely
things.
Coke loaded. All right, we're ready to go.
How long is like an average ad show, pardon the pun,
Yeah.
20 seconds on this bike?
Honestly, it
20
really depends. So, like, say the quickest I've got for 20
Here we
is
go.
like 6 seconds.
Christ.
Sean Darcy,
I'll do it in
Lou
3.
Jackson, they can do it in 6. That's unreal.
That's elite
right?
athlete.
But if you can maybe aim to get like
Here we
1
go.
calorie a second, that's pretty good.
20 seconds.
So
Joe.
20 seconds. 20 seconds to get it done. What do you think?
I'm handicapped. I'm going to say 1 minute.
I haven't done it obviously in a while. It is. I know I only have to do it once, so I can really like commit.
It's once. It's
I
fucking
reckon
all out.
I would be happy if I get it under 30 seconds. I would say.
Yeah. I think 20 is fucking fine. I don't think you're going to struggle with 20 at all. I reckon we did 30. Should we do 30?
No.
Sure.
You're
Okay, let's go
overestimating what
20.
we've done since we were
Alright,
here last.
So how
I think,
this
Jared.
bike works that's different to the last one as well is you actually click it on here and it gives you the time and it's going to count down. And it'll actually tell, we're going to go 3, 2, 1. I'm going to press enter and then you start the timer and then it's actually going to stop and tell you what your time was. It's awesome. I don't even have to do a stopwatch.
Oh, okay.
How cool is that?
And then
So
we
sick.
So cool. So much excitement around the room.
so we did. I asked you this before we started recording. What do you reckon the best technique is
All right,
for-
so
because
I reckon
some people
thumbs.
stand,
Yeah,
some
no,
people
no,
hold
stay
up.
seated. Stay seated the whole time. I reckon. What's that height for you? Yeah, you might want a little bit taller. Maybe let's get that seat up ever so slightly. You can all probably get just put it up to maybe number 5. We're going to be putting your thumbs in the sides just like this.
Oh, so
Silver
we
down
don't
the
hold this thing.
No. Bring it out the side here.
Okay.
Thumbs there. And just go. Just push and pull. Just
Goodness me.
go.
I still have fucking nightmares about this.
Alright.
machine.
Last time I did this, I felt sick for the rest of the day.
Yeah, but now we're going to have it on record. So it's going it's different.
And where did you say to hold?
Oh, no, we can't tell him.
Put your hand
Yeah,
up
we go
there.
right there. Yeah, yes, sir. All right, you're probably
I've
going to
never
get
told us
probably
that.
going to get hit there right a little bit with his arm. Sorry. I reckon there's good.
talking that much.
Are you ready? We're going to go 3, 2, 1. When your first push down with your foot goes, I'm going to click enter and we're bloody into it.
What
my
are we
friend.
playing for? Have we got a
Oh,
reason?
yeah,
What's
what-
the fucking?
What's the stakes?
Nudie run.
Yes, yes.
We have to do the
All right.
last segment, butt ass naked.
Yeah, done. Well, just one around the oval real quick. That's it. Well, like, that is great. That is so good.
There's a game of cricket taking place.
I'm fucking keen. I'm keen. All right, let's for a nudie run. All right, here we go. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Go,
Oh
Joe.
shit!
Oh my god.
Push.
Joey's
Kick.
killing it.
Oh my god.
Push. Kick.
Oh my god.
Lots of calories. He's on 15. He's on 15.
He's gonna fly away.
Push and pull, my friend. Come on. We got 5. You got
This
last
is
5. Get the 5.
nuts.
Get the 5.
Oh, you can
Boys.
see the
3.
fatigue.
Quick.
2. Come on, Joey. One more.
Ring a ding
Joey, the
ding.
man.
22 seconds.
That's
wow.
fucking
Very well done, my
impressive,
friend.
man.
That's
It, like-
awesome.
How dizzy are you?
It like didn't tick down for a while, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" But then it did
All
like
of a sudden, it's
did go to like
delayed.
17.
It's delayed reaction. Yes, all right. Get out. Let's get
That's-
Riley in there.
Junior's
on.
Oh,
The noise alone makes me feel very anxious.
Yeah, it's just so much.
Someone hold
just
the mic for me.
force.
Definitely like
Yeah, I
makes you
gotcha.
feel cool. Like the sound.
You got that one actually.
Makes
You
you
wanna
feel
hold that
cool.
one there? Oh, the shirt's off.
what
We
a
get
fucking-
it. We get it. You've been working out a bit.
No wonder
All right,
this guy
here
wants
we
to do a
go.
nudie run.
Here we go.
already
Yeah,
halfway there.
What a shame. It took me 3 minutes to do.
Riley
All
will
right.
do it for free.
All right, here we go. All right, are you ready? So again, first push off. Give it absolutely everything, my friend. Are you ready?
No. Yes.
What do you reckon you'll get? You reckon you'll beat Joe?
What did Joe get?
Riley's
22.
fit. Riley goes to the gym.
22.
All right. Anything
Fuck,
better than that.
being
Joe
most
is on the
exercise I
couch,
do is open
absolutely
cans.
cooking
brother.
it down there, though. He's absolutely frying it.
Jesus.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Hard push off. Go! Go! Oh, my friend, you got to move. We're going to push those big quads. We've got to get them in. We've got to push and pull.
This is
Push.
huge. This is a huge
Kick.
effort. This is a huge effort.
Oh, you got to push now. You got to push now. You got to finish the last 8. Oh, no, it's got to start to fill up. Oh, no. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, and done. Great job. And he's broken the bike.
goodness
Great job.
me.
All right, we got 20 seconds. Wow. Great work. Great work.
Jesus
That's huge.
Christ.
Hang on, let me just fix up this seat, boys. Well done.
Boys are cooking.
Boys are absolutely.
No, I think it's broken. Anyway, it's been a great episode here for Poddy Majic.
No.
All right, now this is the main event. Now, do you normally
main
need
event.
shoes to do an event like this?
Oh, no, you'll be fine. I don't think it's going to make much difference. You'll be good. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to set it up for you, big man. The boys are producing no content or noise or anything you got for the show currently at the moment. They are giving me absolutely nothing. All right. Are you ready? All right, he's strapped in. The white thongs are ready to bloody go. Get a little bit of vision of the white thongs there.
to go without shoes than with thongs?
No, I reckon with the thongs is good. I reckon. Yeah, I reckon wear them. Just watch that cord there because you're going to be frying through. So much heavy breathing. Oh, the boys are frying. All right, here we go. So at the moment, Joe is doing a nudie run. All right, here we go. Ready? 3,
Hey.
2.
I'm wearing my hands here.
Yep. 2, 1. Go, my friend. Go, Jakey.
Holy shit.
Push those legs.
Oh my god. Makes me feel sick to watch.
Come on, mate. Let's go.
Go,
We can
baby.
push this one through.
Oh, you can hear
Oh
the
no,
fan.
we've got to really light it up. That's already 10 seconds
Go,
down.
Jakey
Oh
boy.
no.
Go, 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 go,
Oh
go,
no.
go, go, go,
Oh
go.
no, Jakey, we've got to push. We've got to kick a bit harder, my friend. Oh no, quickly, bruh. Ah! You got 5, you got last 5. No.
Go, baby.
Oh no, it's falling apart. Oh no. Oh, wow. Ding done.
That is not flash.
30 seconds. Oh, no,
hate to see it.
Oh, well, you love to see it. You hate to see it. It's a spectator sport, this. This is great
It's
fun.
great to watch.
This is great to watch. It is great. It is great watching. Well, unlucky there, my friend. I guess you're getting the
Are you doing it, Jared?
Me?
Get on there.
Yeah, right, we got this.
Yeah, just so we can get
Jared a minute.
This is huge. I don't miss that, eh?
That's fucked, eh?
Are we all ready?
Yes, sir. In the fucking pandas. Here we go.
All right. Do you want to...
The master.
Just want to click this enter button when I say in a sec? Yep. This one here, and just be careful your lovely hand there. All right, ready? 3, 2, go.
Oh, shit.
He's done that. He's impressive.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. He's flying.
What can he do?
Oh, a bit slow.
Bit slow.
9 seconds.
What a man.
That was slow.
That is fucked.
Oh, well, great job, boys.
How does he do it?
I cannot...
Do you reckon it's more in the arms or the legs?
It's just everything. Just go. It's all up here. No, it's tough work. Really
I
good
don't
job
feel
there,
as
boys.
sick as last time, which is
That is
good
good.
improvement.
That is good. Well, I can't wait to see Jason nude ass in just a sec.
Jesus
Run around Cannibal Oval.
That's the thing. I wanted to be a quick run because I'm fucking dead. Just like a walk. Just gonna look like a paedophile walking around out there.
Well, that was bloody awesome. Are you actually going to do this nude
I
run for
don't
me?
think so. No. Oh, good.
Anyway, hey guys, thank you very much for joining us on Poddy Majic.
Thanks for having us.
Again, big fans watching on with all your episodes. Keep the great content coming. Can't wait to get this one out. Make sure everybody go and check out the MacPack podcast as well and their episodes.
Thank you so much for having us,
Shout out
Jared.
Poddy Majic on all platforms.
This has been great fun. We've really experienced everything.
Oh yeah,
We've
it's
had
a
some
deep,
coke.
deep
We've
burn.
jumped on the bike and
That's right.
yeah, we'll be back
How
anytime
good,
soon.
how good is heavy breathing and everybody's headphones and they'll be listening to this?
Good.
Thanks, boys. Love your work.
Cheers, mate.
Too good.
And there we are, the Poddy Majic episode with yours truly, the MacPack podcast.
Yes, we were in high hopes at the start, and then a lot of heavy breathing towards the
Hey.
end.
Towards the end. I was very happy we knocked him off in the Calories game. It's now 1-1 us against Jared. But then he put us up against ourselves, the MacPack against the MacPack.
Yeah, in a fitness challenge as well.
What were our times again, boys? Jake, what did you get?
It was a few 30.
Did you get a do not complain?
No, I did it. 30 seconds.
30 seconds. That's
Which
still
is fine.
good.
But when he initially, you can hear me say, "Oh yeah," and what's the expected time you think you'll do it in? And I said 60 seconds. So I cut my expectations in half.
Good on you, mate.
That's pretty good.
I got 22.
That made me feel a bit sick thinking about
Well,
that.
because I went
we went off the
first,
top.
So I didn't know what, like, I assumed
the bar
Riley
was.
was going to beat me.
And I did.
And then
I did it in thongs.
Yeah, well,
I did it in a
didn't
thong. And I still got 20. But yeah, that was fun. But then after we hit stop on the recordings,
Yeah,
that doesn't mean that the breathing stops. It wasn't all for the cameras. Like, we sat in that gym for like another 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, no, you heard the best part of it. Like,
Yeah.
I was still conscious, which is the key to doing a podcast. I wasn't for much longer after we'd finished. I
No.
sat down for a little bit, and then look, I can't return to the Poddy Majic gym without donating a little bit of my insides to the garden, and I never thought I'd vomit on a podcast or sweat or like cry in the way in which I did, but I did all three of those things, which are pretty full on.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's funny because,
I vomited twice.
yeah, and Beck, Jared's girlfriend, was saying that her favorite bit of the podcast is listening to us talk about vomiting when we were at,
Well, there you
and
go.
like dying when we were at the
I didn't even
studio.
hear
So
that.
now
Now you
we've
get to see it in the flesh.
we've
Beck.
done it again.
We're back.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like, after when Jake was going out to vom, me and Joe were just sitting on the couch, and we just weren't speaking, and like Jared and Beck were like chatting to us, but it was just a very one-sided.
I felt so
conversation.
incredibly rude, hey, because like when
I
I'm in
know.
that state,
You
it's
can't do
not
anything,
like
yeah.
I'm not even comprehending the fact that she said that. I didn't even hear. I would have been sitting there, just nothing's
Yeah.
going in. I'm just focusing purely on my insides, and then I jumped up at one point. I was having like head spins and shit, which is pretty sad for 30 seconds worth of exercise.
Yeah,
It's not-
fucked though.
It's not quite like
Not at all.
that. Doesn't do it justice.
And then like
No.
I was even thinking, I was like, because we sat there for a while, and I was like, shit, they like probably want us to go, and they were like trying to book their movie for the evening, like they were trying to get on with their day.
Yeah,
And I was like, they definitely want us to go, but we can't. Like, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, we
Yeah,
can't-
physically
we
couldn't
can't drive home in this state, even though we're a couple minutes down the road. It's like a 40. It was like the hottest day in Perth we've had.
Yeah, that didn't
in
help.
January, and like, oh my god, but it was a great time.
Yeah, it was a great time up until then. It was a really good time.
Yeah.
Thank you to Jared for having us on the show.
Yes,
Hopefully, there's a little bit of an insight for MacPack listeners.
Yep.
If you're a fan of what you heard, Jared's got some sick episodes as well with some big athletes, some big names in Perth,
Yeah,
big
very
names in
sporty,
WA,
yeah,
big
yeah.
names in Australia. So, yeah, be sure to check out his stuff.
Poddy Majic.
I mean, if you have any questions, if we divulged anything that maybe has opened up the door to questions, be sure to let us know and we can continue to discuss some behind the scenes, behind the foreskin type stuff
on the show.
here on the MacPack podcast. So that's about it.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, boys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, Jared. Thank you, Beck. Until we do this time next week. No vomits. No physical activity whatsoever. Stay safe. Stay blessed. And always remember to
Give your mama a hug.
it's ciao for now. Button up rep.